every morning as the Catalan sun peeks over the rooftops of Barcelona. The same torrent of transfer gossip crashes into the city's cafes and living rooms. It's a symphony of whispers, names flung into the air like confetti, each burst more dazzling than the last. Yet beneath this glittering facade lies one unshaken truth. Barcelona's sole mission this summer is to land a left winger capable of breathing fresh life into Camp Nou's front line. But despite all the excitement, the reality is far grimmer. Progress on that front has been almost non-existent, as if the pursuit is trapped in a stubborn fog that refuses to lift. What will it take to break through this haze? Inside the club's offices, scouts and executives shuffle stacks of dossiers. There are big names, prodigies with lightning pace, goal scorers with an eye for a match-defining assist. But each option feels just out of reach. The saga has stretched well beyond what anyone anticipated, dragging into the dog days of summer. Some whispers even hint that a left winger might not arrive until August's end, when most fans have already swapped their jerseys for autumn jackets. How did it get so tangled, and will the wait prove worth it? Behind the scenes, Barcelona's leadership has shifted its gaze inward. Before any new face can step onto the pitch, money must flow in, and registration slots must open up. Last season's nightmares, when Dani Olmo and Pau Victor found themselves stranded by paperwork and quota limits, still haunt the corridors of Camp Nou. The club is determined not to repeat those mistakes. Every penny counts. Every roster space is precious. Yet even this careful financial choreography can't speed up the negotiations knocking on the door. Will Barca juggle these priorities successfully? Or will the ghosts of past errors return to sabotage their plans? Then comes the update no one wants to hear, delivered with customary flair by Fabrizio Romano, the Italian journalist whose Twitter notifications ping like clockwork in the early hours, drops a fresh bombshell. Barcelona is still torn between two dream wingers. Neither deal advanced enough to claim centre stage. The indecision feels almost theatrical, as if the club is auditioning both candidates under the same spotlight, hesitant to lower the curtain on either. What holds Barca back from pulling the trigger? First, there's Marcus Rashford, the English dynamo whose name echoes through Manchester United's empty corridors. United have made their stance clear. Rashford is not part of the club's blueprint moving forward. The teenager-turned-sensational forward has expressed a heartfelt desire to don Barcelona's colours, his words painted in the bold hues of a lifelong dream. Imagine him racing down La Rambla, the crowd roaring as he slices through defences, with his trademark panache. It sounds irresistible, yet the final strokes of the canvas remain undone. Can Barca convince United to release their prized asset and make Rashford's dream a reality? On the other side of the ledger sits Luis Diaz, Liverpool's whirlwind winger whose explosive dribbles and clinical finishes have made him a jewel in the Premier League crown. For Barcelona, Diaz represents pure magic, a player who can turn a game on its head in the blink of an eye. But Liverpool, ever the fortress, refuses to part with their star so easily. The Reds know that Bayern Munich watches with hungry eyes, ready to pounce if given the chance. And so, Diaz stays ensconced behind Merseyside's red walls. As Barcelona waits, breath bated, will Liverpool's resolve crumble under the weight of the Blaugrana's pursuit, or will they hold firm until the summer's last sunset? At this critical juncture, Barcelona faces a choice that could define their season. Do they spread their resources thin, chasing both Rashford and Diaz in a two-front campaign fraught with risk? Or do they zero in on a single target, channeling all their energy into sealing one spectacular deal? The latter approach, many insiders argue, offers clarity, a laser-focused mission that could propel Barca back to the summit. Yet the dual pursuit tempts with unmatched potential. Imagine both wingers tearing defences apart in tandem. Can the club resist the allure of doubling down, or will pragmatism prevail? Looming over these deliberations is the figure of Hansi Flick, Barcelona's head coach, whose tactical vision shapes the team's very heartbeat. Flick reportedly greenlit the Rashford operation weeks ago. His eyes alight with the prospect of moulding the Englishman into a pivotal piece of his system. But fresh reports suggest Rashford has other suitors lurking in the shadows, their interest fueling a race that extends beyond Barcelona's borders. With every passing day, Flick's approval risks losing its edge, overshadowed by competing offers and shifting ambitions. Will Flick's initial blessing hold sway? Or will Barcelona be forced to explore new paths? As the summer sun scorches the streets of Catalonia, time ticks away on Barcelona's transfer clock. The club stands at a crossroads, with two dazzling options shimmering on the horizon, and a season's ambitions hanging in the balance. Every phone call, every meeting, every handshake could tip the scales. Fans hold their breath, laden with hope and anxiety in equal measure. And as the hours melt into days, one question echoes through Camp Nou's hallowed stands. When will Barcelona finally silence the rumours and unveil their chosen hero? The answer, like the very future of the squad, remains tantalisingly out of reach. What comes next could change everything, or leave Barca yearning for what might have been.